Here at Performance Sports Therapy, we use a 6-step system that really we find helps improve the quality of the outcomes that we get with the clients that we see. And this is something that we have worked on over the years with everybody from sort of general population whose goals are really just to remain active, be able to play with their kids, work in the garden, right through to elite level sportsmen professional footballers, Tour de France cyclists, and it's been honed over the period of time that we've been working to really help guarantee the best possible results for the people that we see. Now, in order to do this, what we look at is starting off with finding out about you and your story, your history. So it's really understanding your story is the first step on the journey to improving the situation that we find you in, whether that be back pain, knee pain, hamstring tears. It really doesn't matter what it is. It's not just about what you've been doing over the last week or two or the last couple of months. It's about much longer time frames, because it really does make a difference. We've had people recently where an Achilles problem probably started 20 years ago as a result of a hip injury playing badminton. It's that kind of detail that we're looking for, really digging in to find out what is actually going on, where does the stress come from that has created this current problem, which follows into finding the true stressor. So if we look at the history and say, oh well, look, you've had an injury playing badminton, that starts pointing into the direction of, well, whilst it looks like something that is just simply maybe a running injury, we start to see that actually there may be other things involved, and actually point us sometimes away from where the pain is, and quite often that is the case. Probably a good 3/4 of the time it's much further away from the site of pain than it is than you would actually think. It's much more important to find out what's going on elsewhere, and more often what we see is that the site of pain and perhaps injury is actually just been the final link, the sort of weakest link in the chain that has broken down as a result of just the continual overload, where there was just been a reduced capacity, effectively as a result of this sort of idea of unwanted movement habits. The body's incredibly robust. You will develop ways of getting around an issue that you can tolerate for long periods of time, but if you keep the level of activity up, or you get sudden jumps in the level of activity, what we'll often see is that these patterns that you've developed, which a lot of the time are fine, they allow you to get by, that's what creates this situation where we end up with essentially just tissue overload, because eventually the area that breaks down has been doing more than its fair share of the work. From undoing these unwanted movement habits, we start moving you towards your ideal outcome. Now this doesn't really matter what it is. It could be that your ultimate goal is to be able to do your gardening every week, or it may be that you want to set a PB in a 10k, or drop your handicap playing golf. It really doesn't matter. It's specific to yourself, this idea of what your ideal outcome is. It's not something that I come up with. It's something that what would make the biggest difference to your life and make you the happiest. Through this, we then start developing the idea of building a resilience and robustness in the system. So it's not just about dealing with pain. We want to start rebuilding the strength in the area. You really can't go wrong with getting strong. It doesn't mean world's strongest man level strong, but being stronger invariably helps most things. What we're talking about is creating this ability to handle unusual sort of circumstances and loads. So we really want to test things and put you through quite a sort of testing program that allows you to see that you're quite capable of doing these things that would be in your ideal outcome. This moves through into going through this final phase where we're creating this resilience, this robustness, really empowering you to live life to the full, because you now know that what we've done here is much worse than what you're going to throw at yourself when you go out for a run or on a round of golf or doing the garden. We'll have tested things in such a manner and put you through progressions that will allow you to have the confidence that your body can handle the stresses and strains and what have you that you're going to throw at it, so that you can crack on and enjoy life, get the fun back into things, and play with kids, grandkids, get out on the golf course, get set in those PBs, in whatever it is you choose to do. But really, that is a fundamental to our program here, the step-by-step system that moves from understanding your story, finding the true stressor, undoing unwanted movements, habits that you've built up over the years, and then moving you towards your ideal outcome through building that resiliency, that robustness, such that you're empowered to go out there, crack on with life, and just have a lot of fun.